guess how much protein is in a cat chili? Can you guess? I'll give you a hint. If you subtract the carbohydrates, the fiber, the sugars, the trans fat, saturated fat, and all the ingredients, you might be able to guess that if you have a 500 calorie cat chili, that the amount of protein, if you subtract the potassium by the calcium and the iron, would give you the amount of grams that the chili might have. Do you need a hint? Well, in this picture, you can see that visibly in about 1/8 of the chili, you have pictures of beans and meat. So if that takes up a certain amount of all the extra ingredients in the chili, that could be the bell peppers, the onion powder, the soy, the flour, the citric acid, and the tomatoes, might give you an idea of how much protein is actually in a can of chili. Did you guess? That's correct. 32 grams. Grams. 32 tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the chili's upside down, can you read it? I can read it upside down. Liart et gnol et unxem dilawa ethwa ignumaa sehibs dina snoyano. Snoyo. Do you know what that is? Right side up. Soyano is onions. Soyanyo seal ich tanalp netfo de low school. Do you know what that might be? Do you know what numbers upside down represent? Snoit Rop 0003030. This number must have left a trail to get there. It must have found a way to go from this upside down word, which is Noitrap Desunu et areg refer to the numbers of 915100303. Three sections on the label. This one, which doesn't resemble anything anymore for some reason. This one, where you have the bold letters and the non-bold, they are all in capital. So the instructions are all in capital letters. This isn't a font because it's a story. But the upside down directions, in case you want to make a chili, would be Snoit Kurtzny Nulle Ritz Nirims at Tai Muyida. Medium heat serving. This is what it would sound like. This would prevent these labels from accidentally being continuous. So if you got rid of the border in between, it would be includes 5 grams added sugar, 10% medium heat. Uh-oh. So now if somebody put those together, they'd be like, well, I'll put it at 10% medium heat. And I guarantee you, your chili's not going to cook. It's not going to cook. So what if we converged another one? Calories 500 among the wild mesquite along the trail. Calories 500 among the wild mesquite along the trail. 500 among the wild mesquite. So 500 mesquite trees. Calories. That doesn't work. Let's try again. Polysorbate 80 natural flavors. 30300. Nope. Total carbohydrate 47. 17%. Heating instructions. Why don't we try to go over this barrier and wait, that's the same. See, look, it's the same. It wouldn't matter. The only difference is that instead of being cholesterol 70% 23 Southwest style seasonings, it is now 17% G74 et ardehyobrac lactate mo at segnar et edo that sn et, right? And then these numbers right here, est 87 2 est 877327. It's actually the same thing from here to here, but if you notice, this is vertical, and this is also vertical. Does it have an E at the same area? No, it does not. The E is on the bottom, as to here, the E is on the top. Now, if you went sideways, we would have an E both on the top. So that's a way to get around that. See, this is very important, very important. It's not that important. It's all right. Everything's all right. This is very urgent right now. Alarms, ding, ding, ding. urgent, urgent. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, so this is the fourth chili ramble. Today, I have a can of chili. Hello. And we're going to do a chili ramble. Where are we going today, Chili? Well, we're going to see what this word is, and then we will begin from there is what we will do. Okay. Then the word that I found is textured vegetable. What do we do with the textured vegetable, Chili? The textured vegetable is used for the chili to give the chili the texture that it needs to be chili. Okay. Now, the fourth chili ramble that you would do if you had a chili ramble to ramble about. You would have a chili that is like this one, with a barcode like this one. And must I say that the barcode is my identity at the grocery store? Yes, we know your identity is at the grocery store, but we want to show everyone what a can of chili does. So what do you do in the grocery store? Well, I am the one who finds the other ingredients to make a chili that is needed for the chili that I'm looking for to make. And which ingredients would that be? The green peas and the carrots and the onions. I found them, and I have an idea that I would place them in a bowl and then add chili, this chili, with the extra ingredients to make a better chili. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I would try it if only I wasn't already very satisfied with the chili that is already here, where it doesn't need to be any ingredients with that. It doesn't need it. You're fine. Oh, well, thank you. Now let me tell you a story. Onions and spices among the wild mesquite along the trail. On future drives, they would harvest their ingredients and combine them with meat to make trail drive chili. So you're trying to make the trail drive chili, are you not? Yes, the trail drive chili. Okay, the trail drive chili doesn't need any of those ingredients. Now, I remember the old style of the chili ramble, where rotate the chili and then pick something and say, together they capture the taste of the rugged old west, and protein, soy, and flour, and cholesterol 70 milligrams. 70 milligrams, not 8 grams, not 21 grams, but 70 milligrams and 500 calories would make this chili a great chili that you would have if you could find the chili that this is. Hello there. Hi there. Now, this is a person who is a chili critic, and they're about to criticize the chili. This chili needs some salt. No, 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 get that salt out of there. It should have already too much salt. I'm already at 1,690 milligrams, which is 73% of sodium. Oh, that's okay up to just a little bit more. No, no, go get out of here. Okay, so now the chili is not as good as it could have been because somebody added salt and they shouldn't have. So now we need to get the salt out. How do we get the salt out? The salt is out by reverse. That doesn't work. The salt is out by no, the blowing doesn't work. You know, we can't get the salt out. I'm so sorry, but we could dilute it. We could add more. What's a vegetable that absorbs salt? Squash. Okay, let's get some squash. Okay, I think it is done. The salt is out. You're now back to 1,690 milligrams of sodium. How do you feel about that? Very, very, very good that it's no longer any more salt in there. Okay. This chili has made me cough because there's so much spice in it. Why do you have so much spice in your chili? I have lots of spice in my chili because that's what's needed for it to be the chili that I made. Okay, well, it's too much. It's too much. So no, it's right. It's a good amount of spice. Never mind. I changed my mind. I was eating a chili pepper alongside of the chili. That's why I thought it had too much spice, but it was actually not you. It was the extra chili pepper that I was eating that caused the spice to be too much. It's too much spice. Well, that's a relief because I almost thought that was true. It's not. Don't worry. Now, there's a narration of these things. The narration. There is a can of chili, and the chili that is here rotates a little bit, and then you pick a random thing, and then you talk about it. Let's talk about it. I keep editing it because I don't like when I picked it. So that's not fair. It's not fair. It has to be fair. So it says tomato paste. What do we say about tomato paste? Tomato paste. Paste. This is the tomato that is the one who thought about the tomato paste, but didn't actually use tomato paste because the tomato doesn't need to be that. It has chopped tomatoes, not tomato paste. Paste is just too saturated, too soggy. Yes. So tomato paste and chopped tomatoes. If you put paste within the chopped tomatoes, then you have a tomato ingredient for your chili. Yes. That is a great idea. I will try that when I'm in the grocery store again. Instead of going for the onions and the green peas, I will look for the tomato and the tomato paste and see if that helps with my chili. Okay. So now what kind of sounds does a chili make? There is a chili, and then there isn't. There is a chili, and then there is a chili that has all of these words, and these numbers, and these circular patterns that look like ripples, as if they took a picture of a pond and put it on the back side of the can of the chili so that you could see what the river must have looked like when they were transporting the chili across the river. This is what the ripples look like when there were stuff that fell off and then made the ripples. And they looked at that, they took a picture and they put it on the can. Yes, that's what that was for. And now we bring you the Cattle Drive chili. So why is it Cattle Drive? The Cattle Drive chili is Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, that's alright. So let's just keep this tapping and tap, tap, tap.